Hey guys, and welcome back to Cricket 19 Career Mode. If you guys watched the last episode, you will know that we ended up in a position where we just kind of finished up an international series, and we were going into this game against Pakistan, a 3-game test series. And you know, if you've been watching me for the last maybe like 5 or 6 episodes, I haven't necessarily been doing the best. I just kind of have struggled to. There's been, I think, a few updates to the game which haven't necessarily worked with my play style and stuff like that, and so I haven't necessarily been doing the best. But so I decided to play the first 2 tests of this series offline, just to kind of get used to the game a little more, and just make myself feel at home, so I can make better videos and also get better scores. So in the first game, we actually did win. In our first innings, we were out for 7, unfortunately, and it was one of those crazy things where I think there's been an update to the game where like caught and bowled are crazy. Like the bowlers are just catching ridiculous balls, and we were caught and bowled by Shaheen Afridi. And in the second innings, we only needed to chase a very low score, and we came in with only 5 or 6 left to get. So we managed to get that with a not-out score. So we did win that once. We went 1 up in the series, and we had a chance in the second game to wrap it up. But as you can see there, we didn't. And in the first innings, we made a pretty good start. We made 38. You know, we were batting reasonably well. And then, as you can imagine, as you can see, I got run out. And if you've been watching the last probably 10 episodes, you will know that this new run out thing where the balls are just incredibly accurate, always at the stumps and super quick, completely screwed me again in this one. And we were closing in on a half century, but yeah, it just didn't work out. And then in the second innings, we were set something like 375, I think, to win by Pakistan, and our top order didn't do so well. And we came in and we actually did really well. As you can see, we were got 48 from 38. I was actually finding it really easy to bat. I was batting kind of aggressively. It was in the kind of 4th day of the test match, but we went just a little bit too hard, a little bit too soon, and we got out for 48. Probably should have just worked it to get a half century at least. But at least we got a decent score. I think that's the main thing. I think we'd had too many games where we just hadn't contributed enough. So 48 is a good score. But because we lost that match, the final game of the series now at Headingley is a decider, which obviously will be an important game. And then we jump into some domestic stuff. I think we've got some T20s and then some 4-day test games. So yeah, we've got a big crunch game here. Hopefully we can play a role in trying to make sure we win this series. Even if we draw, I think that would be a result for us based on how we did against Australia in that 1-day series. But yeah, we're just going to jump straight into it and see how this goes. So we got Ollie Pope, our captain, out in the middle. Pakistan have called tails, and they won the toss in the second game. So we'll see what happens. But it is heads, and we've won the toss. It's a medium, the most bang average pitch probably. I would say bat first. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I think runs on the board in a deciding test match, always a good one. If we can almost kind of bat them out of the game, that would be a good start. So let's see what happens. So our opening couple of batsmen have done incredibly well here to get us to 261 for 3. So kind of seen out a lot of bowling. We're in the 60th over now, and yeah, we're 261 still on day 1. So this has been a very, very good start by the England batsmen, and it'll now be the job of myself and Dowd to see how we can do against this Pakistan attack as we come in for the end of the session. So we only had 2 balls there before the end of the session. I don't know whether we're going into tea on the first day. Yeah, it is. Look like 4 o'clock on day 1. So tea on day 1. I think definitely England will be the happier camp. Ollie Pope making 112, Dowd on 82, closing in on another century as well for him. So, yeah, I think sticking with Dowd is going to be the aim of the game. As we flick the ball there nicely. The ball was too full by Shaheen Afridi. And first ball back after the tea break. And we just flicked the ball away nicely through mid-wicket. Ball was too full there from Shaheen Afridi. He did cause us a couple of problems in the particularly the second test match, really kind of getting in up around our grill, and just getting the ball to both nip into us and nip away from us. So yeah, we definitely have to be careful against him. But yeah, when he over pitches it like that first ball in this over, it makes it very easy to just direct the ball away. Ooh, thought about the run, but Right, so it's our first chance against spin today, relatively early into our innings as we just try and get out of the line. Well, Sotter's coming around the wicket, so LBW won't be a problem. It'll just be trying to work the ball. If we can get it towards fine leg, that will be the time he's trying to get the ball across us. So we just have to be wary here. Don't want to try and play too many shots. Just kind of feel him out, see what he's saying. Oof. So luckily we get the ball down onto the ground there. That leg slip position is very interesting because when they bowl around the wicket like this, it's very easy to clip the ball away and actually just smash it straight to the leg slip. So we'll have to be careful of that. That ball's there, much better that time, just a bit too full, so flicked away very nicely. Right, so some more spin from Gohar, who hasn't done so well so far. I think he's bowled, his stats were saying something like he's bowled 20 overs and gone for nearly 100, so he's been going for, he's been 99 runs he's given away in his just over 21 overs, so he's probably going to what, 5 and over, so it doesn't look like he's had too much success. I don't know whether that means this pitch isn't the best for spin. Obviously in the first innings the pitch is never really the best for spinners, so there's not much wear on the pitch, there's no footmarks and things like that, and as the game goes on the spinners come more and more into the game, but as it stands right now, Gohar seems to be as we play a poor shot there, just trying to force the ball through the offside. And luckily we did make a connection on that one. Yes. This time we're able to, the ball was a bit over pitched and we're able to flick it through the onside just for another single that time. And field has changed again, as the computer does so often. Yes. I was a bit hesitant there. Didn't know whether that would make it through the gap, but it does. The ball was slightly on the up, but found that gap nicely there through the offside. And that's I think our second boundary of the innings. So getting used to the pace of the ball, the feel of the pitch, just making myself at home. Something I haven't really been very good at. I think this is why I kind of prefer the longer form of the game. You just get a bit of time to make yourself at home as we cream a ball there through the covers, and that's another boundary. Again, that ball was just over pitched there by Soto, and managed to smash away. But as I was saying, the reason I kind of prefer this form of the game is I just have that time to kind of get used to the pitch, get used to the bowlers.
285 for 3.
Yes. Yes.
I thought the fielder would have caught that one up, so I didn't want to risk the single. Cancelled it and then decided to go for it in the end. Probably could have got a 2 by that time, but yeah, bowler just asking the fielder to shift over there. Fielder definitely probably should have stopped that one. So Soto's going to continue here. We're in that period now here where I think we're in the kind of... Oh, tried to work it onto the onside. The timing was appalling. The ball was full. And I just messed up the timing there. And sends both our stumps flying. And after, again, what was probably a good start from us, we've gone for 18. Soto wasn't really causing us any problems. We'd done pretty well with those deliveries, but full shot there on 18. And Dowd going out for 99. What a shame. I think we did break the 400. So that's not a bad first innings total at all. And we've been brought into the attack here in the 30th over. Farhan at the crease. He tries to work us away, but they trail by 267. So I think that means we probably just made it over the 400 mark. As Farhan squeezes the ball there through the offside. This might be a boundary. No, saved really, really well by the fielder. And I think it's just 2 there. So it'd be nice to continue here. Not much really happening in the game. Just they're not really hitting us around too much. We're in that kind of period of the game now where after we took some decent early wickets, these 2 batsmen have just either been told or have decided to take it upon them to kind of just hold station for a bit. Aslam getting his half century, he'll be looking to convert that if he can. But yeah, it looks like as Farhan swings and misses there. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to be dropping the anchor here and just looking to consolidate, make a good partnership and steady the boat for Pakistan. So the onus is going to be on us now, England, to try and break this partnership and work our way through the middle order.
Wait there. Yep.
Why am I crouched there on the floor? And the ball's come through my body. Don't you love the physics? Don't you love the physics?
End of the over. The batting team.
That's the end of our over again. So only a couple runs again coming off that over. And that's the end of the session. Probably, I want to say, maybe lunch on day 2? Or maybe, yeah, I'd say lunch on day 2. No, it's tea on day 2. So we're getting through the days. Oh, it looks like the Cap Ollie Pope's sticking with us after tea here.
Waiting.
Thought he might turn back to the spinners, but back to the seamers, sorry. But no, he's sticking with us. He's obviously seen something in the way we're bowling. We did make Farhan swing and miss in that over just before tea, so maybe that's given him a bit of encouragement. As you can see there, Farhan not necessarily knowing how to get us away when we get the ball right up there. So causing him a few problems. Making sure he's not scoring. He tries to work the ball away there. Third man in a second slip. Diving away well there. That ball a little too straight. Unable to work it through there for a single. So yeah, just another single off that over, so not bad at all. So after that little bowling attack, we were taken out of the attack for the rest of the innings actually, as we picked up the rest of the Pakistani wickets, and we've had, I don't know how to word this, a top order collapse. Very, very used to seeing that from England back in the past. Not so much anymore, but yeah, we found ourselves 21 for 3, although we do lead still by 91 runs. So we'll just have a look at the scorecard to see what Pakistan did post. They posted 329, so it's a pretty respectable score. You know, not too bad, but yeah, we took a 70-run lead into this innings, but we haven't started this one the best, so it looks like the pitch maybe will deteriorate, or maybe already is starting to deteriorate. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we can get on in this innings batting, as well as if Pakistan are what they're able to do in their final innings if the pitch is looking a bit worse for wear. But at this moment in time, nothing else to do other than just make sure we don't lose a wicket for a little while now. Being 21 for 3 is far from ideal, and I think we're going to need to be setting them at least 250. I want to say.
Yes.
Didn't mean the ball to go there, but it looks like we may get the boundary down to long on. Meant to play that one squarer, a lot squarer actually, but you know what? I'll take the boundary. It was kind of a leading edge, you know. It was kind of a leading edge. But you know, we'll take it as they bring on a mid on to try and stop that run.
Yes.
As we beat the gap though again, ball again too full by Mohammed Amir. Even though they put a mid on, able to squeeze the gap there, find the ball, get it in between that gap between mid wicket and mid off, back to back boundaries. So the concentration cap has been put on. As I was saying earlier, I think we need to get something around 250-ish as a lead. I think we'll be comfortable. Obviously, Pakistan batting last. Anything more than that, I think will be a win. I don't think Pakistan will be able to chase that down in the fourth innings, as we just carve the ball away there through the onside. Should be able to pick up a 2 here quite easily, as the ball comes in there from the deep at express pace. Just have to be careful. The one thing I guess I realised when I was playing this offline is when I'm kind of running, just to be wary of, like, because of this new run out thing, like, just make sure that the ball's not being thrown to my end, or I'm not running to the danger end. Just got to be wary of that. But the seamers look up for it, right? Shaheen Afridi seems to be getting the ball up there with serious pace. As again, the ball was over pitch there, able to work the ball there onto the onside to square leg, and fine leg wasn't able to come round. And yeah, it's another boundary for us. So I think in the second game, actually, I actually found that I performed better when I was a lot more aggressive, like just like this. When I'm trying to kind of prod the ball around, that's when I get myself into a bit of trouble. So there we go again, another boundary there. The ball was too straight, and able to just flick the ball there with this huge gap here on the onside, which Shaheen Afridi hasn't decided to close yet, even though we've hit 2 boundaries in that direction, as he gets one just a little shorter there. So a very, very good over from us there. Looking confident. Ooh, as the ball nips away from us this time. Shaheen Afridi learning that he bowled a couple of balls in the last over that were just a little too straight. This time going across us. That time the ball a little straighter. But yeah, balls like that just check me a little bit. Just make sure that just kind of reminds me that I need to watch every ball, play every ball on its merits, as you should do in any cricket game, as the ball whistles over our head. And yeah, I guess it will keep us guessing, but it will be our job to make sure we capitalise, regardless of where he decides to bowl the ball. To make sure we stay on top of the top of the bowler there, as we couldn't get the ball away square enough there, so we only get a single this time. And first time against spin, Soto, I think, who picked up our wicket in the first innings, as he bowls a very wide delivery. As you may have seen in some of the previous games, I think there's maybe a glitch in the game that means that when they're bowling around the wicket, they think they're bowling to a left-hander, so the ball goes very wide, as if it would be going kind of wide of the off stump to the left-hander, but to the right-hander, obviously the ball is just a wide, and it's very easy for me to just leave and not worry about too much. I think we haven't got too many single options right now. We've got the man out at kind of long on, but he's in from the rope quite a bit. So maybe a single down there, but at the moment Soto's just bowling way too wide for me to justify playing a shot. That was a bit straighter, but again, still another wide. And I think that's like 4 balls I think he's bowled now, and there's only 2 legitimate deliveries. As we tried to work the ball there too long on to get the single, but we don't make it there. The ball's always pitching outside leg stump, so no problems with LBW with Soto bowling from this angle. So it wasn't necessarily the most confident shot in the world. Ball was up in the air a little bit, but falling way short of the fielder. I was thinking, wasn't sure they were able to play the ball on the front foot or the back foot. So it was an interesting length there, as try and dab the ball there through third man, through the slips. But fielded very well there by third slip. That was a decent connection. Any gap, and that would have definitely made its way to the boundary. But they've got a couple of fielders straight now, so I would expect the ball kind of full and outside the off stump. As we tried to slash the ball there again through kind of point to third man. But I think gully, or is that fourth slip? Who knows? Just picks that one up, stops it getting through. As again, we try to find the boundary there through point, but straight to the fielder. Shaheen Afridi bowling kind of just a little too wide. I think I know what he's trying to do, but he's just bowling a little too wide, which allows me to free my arms. Try to play this one. We tried to punch this one instead off the back foot, but again, finding that fielder there on the offside. So Shaheen Afridi taken out of the attack. Maybe that last over, it was just a little too loose. And Mohammed Amir into the attack. So it looks like we're facing the vast majority of the pace attack, and Harry Finch is taking the spinners, which is not bad. You know, I think I prefer, particularly in this game, to face the seamers as we play a beautiful straight drive there. I don't think it will actually make it to the boundary, which is a big shame as we only pick up 2. That was a beautifully timed shot, and that's a real shame that one didn't make it to the boundary. So we move ourselves on to 23 from 31 deliveries.
Yes, bowler!
Oh, as we punch the ball there through the offside. I was adamant that was going to breach the gap there, but just picked out the fielder there at point as they move that fielder away, which is very interesting. Obviously tried to play a few balls down there. And this time we manufacture the angle to get the ball down there. We will pick up 2 runs. So after that end of the session, it looks like there may have been some rain or something. We find ourselves at 140 on day 3, 63 for 3. Yeah, we found ourselves the lead of 133, which is not too bad. Top scorer for England at the moment with 25. So yeah, another 25 to our first half century of this series, which I think we'll have to get. We can't go this whole series without getting a milestone. I think that would be a big red flag to the selectors for us moving forward.
Yep.
As we play the ball there beautifully, straight drive. Should be a couple, may get to the boundary.
That brings up the 50 partnership for these 2.
And it does. And that brings up the 50 partnership as well there. So beautiful little boundary between myself and Harry Finch. We've batted quite a lot of the crease together with England. And, you know, as you say in football, you want to build partnerships. Myself and Harry Finch have, even though I've kind of got out for low scores quite often, myself and Harry Finch have built up a good partnership, I think. We've always, when we batted together, and we both batted reasonably well, you know, we've always gone on to make big scores. Harry Finch 27 off 40. Yeah! Oh, man. Tried the straight drive again. The ball was, I think the ball was slightly slower. Maybe a slower ball there by Mohammed Amir. And I think I just got through the ball a little too early and it just looped up. And a very, very easy catch from Mohammed Amir. And just as I was talking about great partnerships, making it to a 50, we're again caught and bowled by Mohammed Amir for 29. And so yet again, a very good start from us. Doesn't end in a milestone performance. So we'll see what kind of lead we put on. Sam Billings went on to make a big score. Harry Finch going on to make over 150. So a fantastic performance from Harry Finch. Big up Harry Finch, man. He is he's a big batsman for us. And we've set a ridiculous total for Pakistan, needing 403 to win. And they find themselves, 62 for 2 after 13 overs. So a very precarious position for them already. So we'll be looking to see if we can pick up a couple of wickets here. Babar Azam at the crease. Gone for a very attacking field against Babar Azam. Probably a bit too attacking, I would say, as he just works away a single. But you know what? Maybe we spent a bit of blood here. We've got rid of 2 wickets for in 14 overs. So yeah, maybe we smell a bit of blood.
Yep.
So we've given ourselves a perfect platform to win this game. You know, Pakistan are chasing 403, which, you know, I think they're going to, from their perspective, they're probably just trying to get a draw now. So if we don't win from now, it's only going to be our fault. We just got to make sure we pick up these wickets at regular intervals. Make sure we don't let 1 or even 2 batsmen just get, you know, settled and making big scores. Obviously, Harry Finch for us did that in the second innings for us. which gave us this humongous lead. As Babar Azam working us to square leg. As Aslam cuts the ball away there, trying to get the ball just shaping away from the left-hander. And talking about not giving away big boundaries. Looks like I've cursed myself many a time in this game so far with the commentator's curse. Just get the ball to just come in there to Aslam. I mean, he moves himself on to 49, so he'll be hopefully a little nervy to get his half century. So maybe we can capitalise on that.
End of the over. Pakistan are now on.
As we see out over here without him getting to his half century, so maybe the nerves are getting to him. So we were taken out of the attack, and that huge partnership that was forming between Aslam and Babar Azam was finally broken, and it looks like after that resistance was broken, as I anticipated, the rest of the Pakistani team weren't able to keep up, and now Shaheen Afridi and Rizwan at the crease. Oof. Well, Rizwan went to smash that, and what's that silly leg? Just like absolutely deflected off him. There's no way, obviously, he could catch that ball. The ball came at him at probably a million miles an hour. Lucky not to pick up an injury from getting hit the ball from that close range. Obviously, they wear protection and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, still. So still haven't been able to break this partnership, and it looks like when we've been bowling, we've just struggled to get those breakthroughs. The batsmen have just been resolute against us. We haven't necessarily even beat the bat too much. As the ball there just a little too wide outside the off stump, and Rizwan playing us very nicely through the covers there for a 4. But yeah, we just haven't been able to kind of cause too many problems. We've bowled okay. We haven't given away too many boundaries or too many runs. I just haven't caused enough problems. Maybe this Pakistani batting lineup is just a bit too good for us. Even the tail enders have caused us some problems. Was that a catch? No, it bounced. We did get the edge, so we'll have to take the positives from that. And well, we weren't brought back into the attack, but we did okay. We did enough to make sure that we do win the game and take the series. Harry Finch getting man of the match for his 174. Yeah, we got 29 in the first innings, obviously caught ball by Amir. That was actually a mistake by me, not some craziness by the game. And picking up 18 in the first innings. Being bowled by Sotho, trying to just play a ball that I shouldn't have played. But you know what? I'll take that as a victory. It's always good to win a series, particularly after that damaging one to Australia in the ODI series. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I will probably be playing some more of the domestic games offline, just to both increase my confidence and also those don't necessarily make the best videos or exciting videos. So yeah, make sure you tune in for those ones next time. Make sure you also tune in to the channel for some of the other FIFA career mode episodes I'm doing also. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on another one.